Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is Abdullah A. Pendong from the Group 3 and this is my video report in System Integration and Architecture 1. So my topic is all about the ESB Deployment and Management. Karugtong lang siya nung topic ni Mr. Zakaria. So first, ano nga ba ang ESB o tinatawag na Enterprise Service Bus? ESB Enterprise Service Bus is an architecture pattern used in a large system to help different applications to communicate and share data with each other. Ang ESB o Enterprise Service Bus ay isang architecture o pamamaraan ng pagkonekta ng mga iba't ibang system sa loob ng isang business, negosyo. Deployment and management, ibig sabihin, ito yung mga proseso na pag-install ng application, the ESP, para magamit ng mga user. So, ang ESB deployment and management ay merong 5 main topic, which is the deployment, paano mo ilagay ang ESB system, configuration and management, pag-aayos, paano mo aayusin at i-manage yung ESB. Number 3 is monitoring, pagbabantay, paano mo babantayan yung ESB kung okay pa. And number 4, security protection, paano mo maprotektahan yung ESB. And the last is performance optimization, pagpapabilis kung paano siya pagpapabilis kung paano mo pabibilisin yung isang ESB. So, ESB deployment and deployment strategies. ESB deployment best practice, discussing the best procedure for deploying an ESB, including consideration for scalability, network setup, and hardware infrastructure. Deployment pattern like standalone, clustered, and cloud-based installation are covered. So, sa deployment strategies, dinidiscuss dito ang mga tamang paraan ng pag-deploy ng ESP gaya ng scalability, network setup, at hardware infrastructure. Kasama rin dito ang mga iba't ibang deployment pattern tulad ng standalone. Pag sinabi natin standalone, ito yung mga merong isang instance and clustered. Pag sinabi naman natin clustered, ito yung mga maraming instance na nagba-backup. Then ang cloud-based, pag sinabi natin cloud-based is nasa cloud environment siya. Application, high availability and load balancing. High availability and stability can be ensured by deploying an ESB in a clustered or load balance configuration. Multiple ESB instance enable load balancing and provide fault tolerance. So, tinutukoy naman dito kung paano gamitin ang clustered o load balancing setup to make sure na hindi magsa-stop ang service in case na may masira sa server. So, kapag marami kasing server ang nag-host sa ESB, nagkakaroon ito ng fault tolerance. Number 2 is ESB configuration and management. ESB configuration and administration, managing connectors, defining message route, selecting security settings, and monitoring the ESB health and performance. So, dito sa configuration and management, tinuturo kung paano i-set up ang ESB tulad ng pag-configure ng connectors, pag-design ng message routing, pag-set ng security at pag-monitor ng performance at health ng ESB. Application, centralized management console. ESBs have a centralized management console or GUI for configuring and administrating components, connectors, and integration flows. So, karamihan sa mga ESB ay may Centralized Management Console o GUI para mas madaling i-configure ang mga components at connectors, i-monitor ang mga message flow, tignan ang mga logs at statistic at baguhin ang mga route time settings. So, number 3 is monitoring and alerting. Monitoring key performance indicator or KPIs, establishing alert and notification, and using monitoring tools and dashboard. So, dito naman malalaman natin ang mga paraan ng pagmomonitor tulad ng key performance, KPIs, and real-time dashboard, alert, and notification. Application, real-time monitoring and analytics, integration with monitoring tools and analytics platform to examine data and locate performance bottlenecks. So, kinukombine ng ESB sa monitoring tools para makita ang throughput, kung gaano kabilis ang message, latency, kung gaano katagal ang proseso, error rates, kung gaano karami ang errors and resource usage. Nakakatulong ito sa pag-detect ng mga problem at pag-prevent ng mga downtime. Number 4 is ESB Security and Access Control. ESB Security and Governance, Authentication, Authorization, Message Encryption, Secure Communication Protocols, and Governance Methods. So, dito naman sa number 4 sa Security and Access Control, malalaman natin ang iba't ibang security tulad ng authentication, authorization, encryption, secure communication protocols, auditing, and governance standard. Application, Role-Based Access Control. ESBS support RBAC to assign privilege and permissions according to role. Minimake sure ng RBAC, Role-Based Access Control, na ang taong pwedeng maka-access sa base is yung mga karapat-dapat tulad mga admin, developer, auditor, operators, ganyan. So, the last one is ESB Performance Optimization. ESB Performance Optimization techniques methods include optimization for message routing and transformation, caching, connection pooling, and resource stunning. So, sinasabi naman dito kung paano gamitin ng mabilis yung ESB sa pamamagitan ng efficient routing, caching, connection pooling, and resources stunning. Sa application, caching mechanism save frequency access data and connection. Pooling allows reuse and management to back-end connections. Sa application, yung caching is para hindi pa ulit-ulit na nagre-request sa database. Sa connection pooling naman is para hindi pa ulit-ulit na mag-o-open ng new connection, kaya mas mabilis at mas kontrolado ang resources. So, in conclusion, ang ESB, deployment and management ay tumutukoy sa mga pag-install, pag-setup, pag-secure, pag-monitor at pag-optimize ng ESB upang maging mabilis, maging secure, kayang mag-handle na malalaking data at traffic, madaling i-manage ng administration. So, yun lang, sana may naintindihan kayo, and salamat sa pakikinig.